What up, claimers? I'm Bree, and welcome back to more Spooks and Thrills. This week I actually spent a bunch of time and money on a different kind of clay project that didn't really work out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you're just gonna not stay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Nope, you're done. You are done.
But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what I made instead in a last-ditch effort. I've become weirdly dedicated to this channel, and I still wanted to make something even though nobody else cares. But I care because I'm an artist. But I was feeling kind of frustrated and defeated after the whole thing, so I didn't want to make anything overly complex or intricate. Like, I just wanted to have fun. And you may have noticed a theme amongst some of the creatures I've made on this channel, that being, whatever it is, I'd very much like to put a hat on it. I'm also interested in ghosts. So, ghosts, hats. Let's put some ghosts in hats. I mean, what could be more fun?
All right, it's official. I have finally used up my first 10-pound bag of clay. And that is pretty satisfying for me because I'm a quitter. But not to worry, I've got a brand new box here. Look at this nice fresh clay. It's so squishy. I'm going to mix that together with the old dry lump to get a more even consistency. And I don't know if my first box was just particularly stinky or if I've just been conditioned to the smell of this clay by now. When I first started using it, I thought it smelled horrid, but now I feel like I can barely smell it. I don't know what that says about the smell in my house, but it's all good. We light a candle and we move on. Onto the ghosts. I'm going for little miniatures here. I want them to be smaller than my usual figures, just for ease and the cute factor. I'm smoothing out 3 little lumps here in vaguely ghostly shapes. And then I'm going to make each one a different themed hat. A couple videos ago, I made a bear in a pumpkin beret, and that really ignited something in me. And now berets are my new identity. All these are going to be forest themed. I've already got a little backstory brewing in my head for these things. They are the tiny spirits of the forest, and they come bearing gifts for autumn. So the first ghost is getting a little mushroom cap here. I'm just going to squish that on. Ghost number 2 is getting a pumpkin hat. And I'm carving little markings onto each hat to give them some texture. Pumpkin hat will get a stem, and then we're just gonna squish that on. Ghost number 2. And then ghost number 3 is going to have an acorn hat. Did anyone else ever take the tops off of acorns and use them as tiny hats for your dolls and stuffies? Just me? Alright, well, keep your secrets. Now, these are going to be very simple little sculpts. There's just a couple details that I'm going to add to each one before I let them dry. Mushroom Ghost is getting some spots on the cap, and then I'm just making a tiny little mushroom for him to hold. I'm going to stick that to the front of his body, followed by 2 little tiny arms holding his prize. Pumpkin Ghost is going to get a little baby pumpkin to hold in his arms. Right now, that baby pumpkin looks more like a bell pepper. And honestly, that doesn't really improve, so think what you will. And then Acorn Ghost is getting, you guessed it, a gun. No, sorry, he's getting an acorn too. The full thing though. And then there's his little arms. Yeah, wonderful. I'm just gonna smooth over all these new additions with a wet paintbrush. And then voila, here they are 2 days later, all dry. I'm gonna load everybody up with some nice thick coats of white acrylic. I did more coats than I normally do as a base layer because these figures will actually stay white. Then I started looking at them and was bothered by how lumpy they looked. Like, they looked okay while the clay was wet, but after drying and adding the white paint on there, it really just highlighted all of the texture. I had the bright idea that maybe I could sand them down and even out the lumps a little bit. This sorta helped. Not really. Mostly just sanded the paint off, and I couldn't really get down to the clay. I wish I would have done this before I had added any paint. Maybe that would have actually worked better. But at this point I was like, it is what it is. The ghosts are lumpy. They're handmade, you know. It's part of their charm. It's endearing. Or at least that's what I told myself to ease the pain. Moving on to colors. I'm painting the mushrooms on our first ghost in a nice burgundy red with a creamy vanilla colored stem. Pumpkin ghost is going to get a burnt orange for the pumpkin hat and a brighter orange for the baby pumpkin / bell pepper. And then acorn ghost, I'm just painting the acorn caps a dark brown. All of these colors did need multiple coats, so I just did that off camera. Don't think anyone really cares to watch the paint dry. I added a lighter golden brown onto the nut half of the tiny acorn, and I'm going to give both pumpkins some green stems. I got to add the white dotting onto our mushroom caps. I love making this type of mushroom. This part is so satisfying. Expect to see more mushroom content in the future. Just saying. Berets are out, and mushrooms are my identity. I added just a couple extra details and highlights onto some of the other hats, and I can't resist giving these guys some pink rosy cheeks. It adds a little bit more color, and it's just damn cute. I can't deny. Everyone is going to get a little face. I'm going to try to give each one a different expression, you know, make it fun. I'm going to sign in number the bottom of each ghostie, and then gloss them up with some varnish. I know these ghosts are really nothing special. I'm not sure if I'm even going to list them in my shop. I do feel like they belong together, but I don't know if anybody would want them. If you do, let me know. Send me a message and I'll list them for you. I do like they have different expressions. We've got happy, spooky, and what would you call this? Special? Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time, hopefully with something a little less chaotic. Happy Halloween. Bye!